putting questions. Mr. Češko, please, the floor is yours. Thank you for inviting me to this conference. I was here in the morning and in the early afternoon, not just to give you a lecture, but to learn a lot, because these things are fairly new, and I really have learned a lot. I drew many important lessons. A couple of words about the Studio Moderna. Today, we have our own distribution network in 20 countries of Southeast Europe. Some of our products are being marketed throughout the world. We started as a typical garage firm. We had just a couple of employees about 20 years ago. Therefore, we were forced to learn new things. Expertise and knowledge we employ today when we penetrate new markets is the knowledge which we acquired hands-on. We had previous school systems or processes employed by other firms, which was the starting point for our work. We also exchanged experiences, and we were one of the first private companies, which is why many associates, many colleagues contacted me, and I was always ready to embrace this challenge, and I transferred knowledge. I can say that I have never charged a single euro for assistance. This is the principle I comply with. Every year, I mentor at least 10 entrepreneurs in Slovenia and abroad. I attempt to share expertise, to explain why we have been successful and why we have been able to penetrate new markets. When it comes to social entrepreneurship, it is quite difficult to capture the concept, to define it. There are a number of definitions available. Of course, I will not lecture you, but the essence of our philosophy, as I have already said, that experience which we have accumulated and material assets which can be invested are those we try to share with others, and we attempt to reinvest our profits. As Max has already said, we have experienced a sea change. Probably this is the biggest change which can be modeled on the industrialization era. The world is changing. Everything started with the Industrial Revolution. The basic premise was that demand always outstripped supply, but now, for about 20 years, a new paradigm has emerged. All productions, capacities, regardless of the industry sector, are in fact seeing the reversal of this trend. The recession, ecological dilemmas we are faced with force the most successful companies to change their paradigms. The outlook on the market economy and capitalism have undergone substantial changes. 5 years ago, I was invited to join the Clinton Global Initiative, where I met Max as well. This is a very active forum addressing global challenges. I had an opportunity to hear from the CEO of General Electricity, who said, "Green is good. Green also amounts to profit." Green eco companies do not incur additional costs in profit and loss accounts, but this is highly appreciated by the society. I believe 2 years ago, the CEO of Walmart stated, "Even if tomorrow the world economy reverts or goes back to the pre-crisis level, people will no longer be willing to change their consumer habits. Outlook has changed, things have changed, and they realize that everything will have to be reincorporated within their business and marketing models." Google also promoted their employees to dedicate 10% of their time to social activities. then Jeff Jarvis, in its recent book on Google, said, "We no longer own companies, corporations no longer own their brands. This is now in the hands of people, especially those people and generations who has a profound impact on public opinion. We don't have just 2 or 3 TV stations or the print media, which about 10 years ago dominated the field, but now we have the internet." What our company is doing is that we try to integrate our buyers when taking business model decisions. How do we go about that? We have customer advisory boards. We no longer have the China wall. So a company should design or create a product and forces it on its consumers. No, things are becoming integrated. This brings about a change when it comes to mentality, customer relations. We introduced new values. In the past, there was just one-way communication channel in order to generate profits. A fast pace of change in the West is now seeing a very quick adaptation when it comes to the East. It seems that we quickly absorbed the logic of the market economy. The essence of the market economy is to generate profits, to be profitable, and this is the ultimate aim. So once you are there, you are at the end of the line. The US is often seen through these lenses. The majority of my business partners of Studia Moderna originate from the US. I spend a lot of time in the US, and I can tell you that the United States have a very important non-governmental sector. It is, in fact, a parallel economic structure with its own rules. And it is very efficient, although we are not familiar with these concepts in Slovenia. Therefore, I entered many projects which are funded via our Studia Moderna and the Clinton Global Initiative, because there I encountered Balkan Children Youth Foundation, and now they're active at the Western Balkans. The essence of the Clinton Global Initiative is that every member of this initiative is not there to be there, just to be there. It's not about paying fees. Nobody contributes anything in financial terms, but you can be a member if you report every year what you have done in order to change things. What shifts have been done, what are new projects, and what are your results. So in addition to this commitment, you are not eligible to be a member of the Clinton Global Initiative. We have 2 activities developed in the field. One is the Balkan Children Foundation. So this is not just a financial commitment on our part, but me personally and my company devised programs, and we implemented this program as well. Mr. Milosevic and some others from the Jamie Oliver Foundation also stated that there are many elements where you can contribute, but what I felt could be the most important project for me was to contribute to economic viability of every individual. If you are financially viable, then you will be able to face a host of other challenges. Therefore, we decided that some activities which ran through the Balkan Children Foundation and were more event-driven, we focused our activities. Now we have a fewer number of participants, but we have ultimate final objective. So this individual will be financially independent. Not just that a job will be found, but we will have very important shift. So within a 5-year period, we have been able to recruit young unemployed, and about 100 new jobs were created in Kosovo and Montenegro. This initiative will be also launched in Bosnia and Herzegovina this year. How do we devise a project? We identify market needs of companies present. We have a wide range of services, call centers, welding operations, and other projects. We contact relevant experts who organize 3- or 6-year training sessions to have about 70 to 80% success rate. So these people are either recruited, they obtain a job, or they are given funds in order to start up their company. Some people, for example, saw the money for the first time in their lives, and we enable them to launch their activities. I will give you an example of England. I'm a member of various associations in the area. The majority of entrepreneurs generating profits want to reinvest these profits. They want to replicate this success, not to purchase merchandise or yachts, but to see tangible results. This socialist spirit encountered in England is more prevalent in Central Europe, where it is not to be seen. A financial investor which works in a firm which has assets amounting to 20 million. They manage the assets for wealthy families, and one family member, when presenting a financial report, said that she doesn't want to know about assets which were created, but she wanted to learn about new jobs which were created. And he was left speechless. So these things are seeing changes. Today, we also are trying to be involved in these projects, and I'm extremely pleased that I see that this sector is on the rise in Slovenia. There are new activities emerging, and we would like to be involved more in Slovenia as well as in the Balkans. A meeting of the Clinton Global Initiative for the Southeast Europe will be organized in May. I've been involved in a host of other projects where the youth participated. We have been drawing lessons. We attempted to exchange information. This is not just a one-way street. We are not just giving, but we are receiving as well. Our image is boosted. We are attracting young talents. This is a two-way communication, but you need to be patient, and short-term effects are not the most important. Since my time is up, let me sum up. I hope that you will put some questions to me later to respond